If you're a dirty anime-loving weeb, then that means you're part of the biggest inside meta that plagues us all. The waifu. Or husbando if you're a girl. Yes, I've heard the elusive female anime fan does in fact exist, however, I, like many other males, have yet to actually see one in the wild. Or maybe they're just better at hiding their level of degeneracy, unlike men. Who knows? I'm not a philosopher. Now, if you don't fall in any of these categories, then that means you're a wholesome person and you need to click off this video and never look back. Ever. Honestly, it's just save yourself. It's too late for the rest of us. Are the normies gone? But like, for real, guys, we all know that Rem is best girl, right? I don't understand. What's he talking? What? Shit, wait, the normies aren't gone? Okay, I can explain this. It's not weird, I promise. It's just, we just really like little anime girls. Oh god, oh god, that sounds even worse. Okay, let me just explain this from the top. There's a large debate that the word waifu stems from the word wife in Japanese, but true weebs know in fact that it's an abbreviation for why am I forever unloved? It's because you like high school anime girls and thigh highs, you absolutely. In the simplest terms, a waifu is a character that creates an emotional connection to anime fans through their personality, appearance, and actions throughout a story. Personality includes things such as, are they a tsundere? Are they gonna beat the shit out of me and call me dumb to hide their affection? If so, you might have found out that you're a masochist. Or you just have a thing for Vegeta. Totally acceptable. Are they a yandere? Will they go on a psychotic murderous rampage for me to show their affection? If so, you might want to press the F key, because they're probably gonna die. Do they have a strange, endearing quirk? Maybe their personality is just not having a personality. If so, that just means you have shit taste. Now, appearance is super important because it's what really individualizes these waifus. Artists go into great detail doing their best to define these girls into what they think an anime watcher would really remember and love. And that's if they're a cat girl. Or more importantly, if they're a lolly cat girl. Or most importantly, a lolly cat girl in thigh highs. Wait, I'm sorry, is this what people really like? The last factor to take into effect is how much a waifu candidate impacts the other characters and story around them. Maybe they gave one of the most powerful speeches in the last few years of anime to the main protagonist, solidifying themselves as best girl in all of our hearts. Or maybe she's just fucking there, and is as bland as a saltine, does nothing to benefit anyone, but for some goddamn reason, the main protagonist loves her, cause he's an idiot. Yeah, you'd think this is probably the most important factor, but it's not. Go figure. The most important thing to remember is that a waifu is a 2D being, because in all aspects of life, 2D is always better than 3D. Because 2D girls can't judge you like 3D girls can. So now that we all obviously know what a waifu is, the real question is, why do people like them? And that's a simple answer. Because all anime fans are horny little shits living in their parents' basement, and this is the closest thing they'll ever get to a female. Because the concept of a waifu is to carry the idea of the idealistic woman. And because weeps never leave their basement, this is how they think women actually act. I don't really know why the concept of waifus became such a big deal, but I like to think it all really started back in the first big best girl debate, Asuka versus Rei from Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's important to remember that one can have an abundance of waifus, but there can only be one truly best girl. And that's Rem. Yes, the best girl debate has plagued all anime fans since the beginning of most of our existences, and while time has passed, the argument of best girl has always and will always play out like this. Yeah, so I finished...
Insert hot new anime.
And let me tell you...
Insert random female from show.
Is definitely waifu. Now, this conversation only has two possible ways of proceeding. Person 2 can agree and say, ah yes, I see you too are a man of culture. But that's pretty rare. More than likely, it'd be the second response. Nah.
Insert other anime girl.
Is best girl. Now, in most situations in life, these two people would just agree to disagree. But for some strange reason, when it comes to little anime girls, there's a weird emotion that one has called the protect. This protect thing we have turns all common sense off and starts a shit-slinging contest and really brings out the worst of what makes us weeb trash. To make it as basic as possible, if someone's waifu is not your best girl, it means they have shit taste and their waifu is garbage. Remember that. These arguments are actually a lot bigger of a deal than one might think. To give you a reference, r/anime on Reddit has a best girl competition every year to decide who in fact is the best girl in anime. It's like a March Madness tournament, just instead of basketball teams competing to see who's best, it's a bunch of sweaty nerds voting on hundreds of anime girls to see the... Jesus Christ, there are over 5.5 million votes. What is wrong with you people? Look, simply put, the concept of waifus isn't actually liking some character from an anime. It's liking these over-the-top personality traits to craft some sort of companionship anime fans desire in life. It's in all essence projecting what you want and then exaggerating it to exponential proportions. Because in reality, if you were ever actually approached by someone who acted like a character in an anime, you'd be like, oh, you murdered all the other girls I talked to so that you're the only one I can date? Hold on a second. Hello, 911? So until the day that anime stops existing, The concept of waifus will always be around, and weebs will always be poking fun at each other, claiming that their waifu is in fact best girl. If there's one thing that people can take away from this video, it's this. Having a waifu is fine, but if you have a naked body pillow of her, you might want to rethink some life choices there, buddy.